Hey folks, Craig Danger, vinyl record player. Oh, back again, and easy topic for the old Craig Danger today. How about, as requested by a viewer, Craig Danger's top 10 soul and R&B LPs ever, friends, ever. So it's going to be exciting. So hey, grab yourself a beverage, chill for a moment, get ready for some spectacular soul that is definitely going to require you to buckle up. And we're back. You know what? I'm just going to go into this video here. The preamble's done. So let's start talking about some fantastic soul records. First off, how about Al Green? I'm Still in Love with You from 1972. Really, this is, obviously from the Al Green peak period, which is basically 68 to about 76, 77. Definitely during his works with the High label and Willie Mitchell. Outstanding stuff. This, of course, is the sort of a super classic album from a super classic time. Of course, this album released just months after Let's Stay Together, the LP, which, by the way, is also what I would call a super classic LP. Followed up the next year with Call Me. Again, SC stands for super classic. That's 3 super classic LPs in a row. And then, of course, Living for You. Also, it's an okay album. It's just not as good. But wow, this is sort of the super classic meat in a super classic sandwich, I guess. In that, really classic record. I'm Still in Love with You. Obviously, the title track is fantastic. But Glad You're Mine, Love and Happiness. Cover of Oh Pretty Woman, the Roy Orbison classic, of course. For the Good Times. Oh, and then The Beauty. How about Simply Beautiful on this one? Ooh, I'm going to create a playlist, which will have a song from each of these top 10 LPs. And if you do stick around, I've actually got a couple of LPs that I do not own, but would actually be in my top 10 if I actually owned them in physical copy. And that could just be Craig Danger's a little bit of a cheap bum when it comes to this stuff. Likes to get his records on the cheap. This one I did not. Of course, I've had this one for about 20 years. And it remains a classic. Al, looking good. A little white on white. White clothes on white chair. White background. Black man. Love it. Fantastic record. I still think it's his best. Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You. I just have 2 copies of this big dog. I love it so much. And of course, thanks again for checking out the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Obviously, these things help the channel a lot. Allow me to put out more videos, which is always great. And hopefully you're enjoying the soul-based material. It doesn't tend to do that well in the vinyl community. But, the few curious, give me a like. There's not going to be many of you who will. Since you're here, why not let me know of an album, that's maybe top 5 for you. What's the first one that comes to mind? Maybe a top 3 album from your collection of the soul and R&B variety. Love to see it. Obviously love the participation. Always. And again, thanks for tuning in. One that I've mentioned before many a time on the channel here. But 1966's Soulin' by Lou Rawls. Little backstory, never liked Lou Rawls. Was not a Lou Rawls fan. For some reason, just over the past couple of years, got into this LP, and wow, it is just immense. Obviously, the key track on this one is, of course, Love Is a Hurtin' Thing, but also Old Man's Memories is really good too. It Was a Very Good Year, right? Ooh, epic one, but you know what? This whole album is fantastic. A Whole Lot of Woman starts it out with a bang. Produced, of course, by David Axelrod. Woo! Legendary production. This is, I would say, the most, I guess, sort of supper club soul, the jazziest of the soul LPs that I'll show today. Lou really in top form. I don't think he ever duplicated the quality of this album, but again, anything from the Capitol period, which is basically between about 62 and 70, all of those albums are great. And you know what? As a bonus, they're all available super cheap, under $5 a lot of the time, and under 10. I think I've scored most of them for under $5. to be honest. But and you know what's funny is a lot of the Capitol stuff not available on streaming or available only in sort of the greatest hits type of era. But again, look at Lou. Lou looking just good. This, of course, had one of his biggest hits at the time, Love Is a Hurtin' Thing. Great one. But again, this whole album is just, that song to song to song, everything is excellent. This is kind of one of my Friday night records to just kind of really rip off a weekend. Again, not too heavy on ballads, this one. But Lou is just in top form. Again, wasn't a Lou fan to start with. Now I'm a Monster fan. Still have to kind of wade into his 70s disco era. And I'm not excited about that, but who knows? I'm sure there's treasures there too. But the Axelrod period is, and the Capitol era is the era you want. So this is Solon from '66. I think Lou's best album. Just is what it is. You could show me any other album, I'd be like, no. This one, cover to cover greatness. Coming up next, we got a tie. A tie. What? Is this a tie? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, of course, I've repped this many a time on the channel before. Got to give more power to the people. For God's sake. The Shylights, of course, Eugene Record, the mastermind behind all of this. Writer, producer, played harmonica, played everything. He played it all. Well, he didn't play it all, but he did play a lot of the instruments. Again, the key songwriter through really the Shylights' best period, which is about between 68 and 75. Of course, this is fantastic. We Are Neighbors, fantastic. A little Sly and the Family Stone-ish. Let's be fair here. Of course, the big hit on this one would be Have You Seen Her? But title track's fantastic. Love Uprising. This is all I Want to Pay You Back for Loving Me. Banger. Then, of course, what are we tying it with? We are tying it with, of course, A Lonely Man. Also from 70-71. This, of course, has Oh Girl on it, the big hit. But, this is sort of the chill, sort of, flip side of For God's Sake. Both legendary LPs. I think that, Eugene record was just going through just an immense period of fantastic songs. All the covers on here are good as well. Inner City Blues, they do a great version. The Marvin Gaye version, or song rather. Love Is, Being in Love. A lot of love songs on this one. But you know what? Fantastic stuff by the Shylights. That's them, the Stars themselves. Again, this had to be a tie because these albums are kind of equally great in my personal Craig Danger catalog. Next up, of course, how about Barbara Mason's Lady Love Barbara Mason with Love's the Thing from 1975. Also pick up this many a time on the channel. I believe I may have called it An Adulterer's Buffet. Absolute classic. Oh, Barbara looking great on the back as usual. Of course, Shackin' Up starts this one out fantastically. But then, of course, there's some really good ones. So He's Yours Now. A lot of cheating on this one. Lot of cheating. Buffet, Adulterer's Buffet, as I've said. 1, 2, 3. You, Her, or Me. Oh, wow. Some kind of man that she's going after is all I can say. What do you say? He wants, and in brackets, the two of us. Oh, wow. She apparently was with some insatiable men, this Barbara Mason. But this is a fantastic record. Just excellent production. 75s. This is, I guess I would call it, not necessarily all ballads, a lot of mid-pace stuff, but really great stuff. The sort of ugly head of disco has not reared its head here. This is just sumptuously produced. And you know what? A fantastic record. Adulterer's Buffet, as I've said. Loves the Thing. Barbara Mason. Just picked this one kind of up out of the blue. And you know what? Remains one of my favorites to the day. Of course, another classic that I've mentioned many times on the channel, as we know. Gwen McCrae, Rockin' Chair, 1975. Obviously, R.I.P. to Gwen. Legendary singer. And you know what? This album, I think, remains her best on the Cat label, Rockin' Chair. You know what? I've also mentioned before that this album is okay minus 1 or 2 tracks, towards the end of each side of the LP. Wrong. No, both of them are. The more I've listened to the album, the more I realize this is just an absolute classic. cover to cover. Obviously headlined by the title track, but Move Me Baby is good. For Your Love is just banging. And yeah, it keeps on running. This whole album is absolutely fantastic. If you even dare to see it in the wild, which I've never seen it in the wild. I mean, I've looked. You got to pick this up. This one, I love this album. And actually, I've noticed that since Gwen passed, which again was just a few months ago, in 2025, I've noticed that some of her songs are available on streaming. I will actually put a song naturally on the playlist for this video, but you may want to look for, I will put it here, what the compilation is of kind of some of her early hits, but ooh, it's all really good stuff. Gwen McCrae, fantastic singer, one of the sexiest voices I think in soul, and at this point, you know, recording in Miami on the Cat label, really doesn't get much better than her debut. Rockin' Chair is, of course, was originally titled Gwen McCrae, but of course, then they released Rockin' Chair. It went top 10 Billboard, and here we go. Gwen McCrae, Rockin' Chair. Again, these are in no particular order. I love all these albums. You know, I'm not going to say equally, but I do. I got another tie here, because it just was too hard to choose. Aretha Franklin, This Girl's in Love with You, from 70. This album, I think to a lot of people, they'd be like, oh, there's some throwaways on this. I don't really think so. I think, you know, there's definitely plenty of covers on this, including The Weight, which I believe was backed up by one Dwayne Allman on guitar on this one. But you know what? Son of a Preacher Man, not my favorite cover, but again, she's great on it. We've got Call Me, which is, I think, one of her best songs. Eleanor Rigby, Let It Be, double Beatles action, both banger classics, and of course, This Girl's in Love with You, the title track of this particular album. Fantastic, obviously from that 67 to 72 period, which is just obviously amazing. But for this one, ooh, and I will put this on the playlist, I can only go with Dark End of the Street. The ultimate version, vinyl community member, Marsha P. actually ended up convincing me of this, and once I started listening to Dark End of the Street by Aretha, there was no turning back. I was like, sorry, James Carr, sorry, but I'm afraid Aretha is my girl. So this is, of course, tied with, from 70, of course, tied with another classic to end that period between 67 and 70. I actually picked this one up for $5. I also have a newer copy re-released on the Rhino album. This is, of course, from 72, Young, Gifted, and Black. Aretha Franklin, ooh, looking good on the back. Classic album. This one is cover to cover amazing. Of course, Oh Me, Oh My, Fool for You Baby, classic. Daydreaming was a hit. Rocksteady was a hit. April Fools, I've Been Loving You Too Long. It's all good. It's all good, friends. Of course, and you know who else thought it was good? How about Scott Carter? Scott, I'm still got to take the ink off of that big dog, but you know what? I'm glad I got this because the repress on Rhino is real high. A lot of gain in that one. Really highly, I guess, mic'd. I don't know what they did, but this is actually a much, calmer and I think better version. The original press on the Atlantic label. So Aretha Franklin, Young, Gifted, and Black, part of the top 10, tied, of course, with 1970s. This Girl's in Love with You. Two classics from that incredible period. Oh, we got another tie? Yep, that's right. Sometimes you just can't pick. You just can't make the pick. So obviously I'm going to have to, we're talking about Willie Hutch. I got to talk about, of course, Soul Portrait by Willie Hutch. In my opinion, his absolute banger classic from the 60s. I was thinking today, could I not call this the best soul LP of the 1960s? And then you know what? I was like, you know what? Aretha put out like 4 albums at the end of the 60s that easily could qualify. But I'm still going to call it a top 3 LP of soul LP of the 1960s because this one has no bad ones. And you know what? It has no covers. This is all Hutch, all day, all classic. Wow. Of course, Ain't Gonna Stop. I mean, every song is great on this. You can't miss Something That You Never Had. And A Love That's Worth Having. Ooh, that's what I'll put on the playlist. Ooh, absolute banger. A classic. Actually interviewed somewhere in and around on the old channel, interviewed the producer of this, John Flores, and we had a great conversation about this particular album and his follow-up album. So this, of course, is tied, in my opinion, of course. That's from '69, of course, Soul Portrait. And from '73, Willie Hutch on the Motown label, of course, Fully Exposed. His, in my opinion, best 1970s album, and and he had a whack of them. Let's face it, his only '60s album was Soul Portrait, but this one is good. This one is very good. Obviously, I Want to Be Where You Are is, wow, easily his best cover that he ever did. Then we got Can't Get Ready for Losing You, Sunshine Lady, Tell Me Why Has Our Love Turned Cold. Oh, fantastic work. This whole album is excellent. If you can find one without this giant promo sticker, great stuff. Of course, Willie, noted guitar player. Knew a groove did Willie. And yeah, this one remains, I think, his masterwork. Of course, the next 2 or 3 albums also great, including the soundtracks to Foxy Brown and The Mac. And yeah, frankly, you go up to 82, really, with Willie, and not a lot of duds there. A lot of really good stuff. But Fully Exposed is first on the Motown label. Should have been huge. Willie should have been huge. Was not. Unfortunately, that second tier of Motown artists, rarely promoted, and unfortunately, yeah, a lot of quality got missed. So Willie Hutch, a tie. Willie Hutch, Soul Portrait, and of course from '73, Willie Hutch, Fully Exposed. Coming up next, of course, I've got a, one that, hey, what can I say? Have a lot of albums by this particular artist, but the Isley Brothers, Brother from '73, I believe. Woo! Still a classic. Of course, Put a Little Love in Your Heart is a banger on this one. This does have covers, okay? This is kind of rounding out the period in which the Isley Brothers were doing a lot of sort of rock covers in a soul style. And you know what? They do fantastic work, I've got to say. Certainly, Brother, of course, was a Carole King song. Great cover of that. But obviously on this one, though, they do have some of their own jams, like Work to Do, classic, Pop That Thing, and Layaway. Ooh, Layaway is absolutely banging. And then, of course, on the B, 2 songs. 10-minute version of It's Too Late. And, of course, Love Put Me on the Corner. Well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're on the corner. You still funky, Brothers Isley. And, yeah, kind of the same thing on the back. But, wow, this one is available out there. There's got to be like a recent repress, of course, on the T-Neck label. Yeah, it's just a banger. Pretty much everything from '70 on, and I don't know, there's probably some great '60s work that I just have not gotten into. But the Isley Brothers, anything from '70, I don't know, maybe into '80, '85, all really good albums. But this one, real soft spot in the old Danger Heart for Brother, the Isleys. And then a classic. Of course, I brought this guy up before, and super underrated dude, on the High label. This was not on the High label. This was his last on his previous label. Of course, who's that? How about Syl Johnson? Syl Johnson with Is It Because I'm Black? Classic album, classic title track. This record was heavily sampled, as were a lot of Syl Johnson records, by, of course, the Wu-Tang Clan. But you know what? This is such a good one. Title track. The version of Come Together, I don't like that song. But I can dig the version that Syl does. I know, you're like, Craig Danger doesn't like Come Together by the Beatles? Yeah. I don't know, I just heard it so many times, I'm just like, no more. But I can hear it by Syl rather. Together Forever, Concrete Reservation, Black Balloons, all fantastic. And again, this one, you're not going to find an original copy of this big dog, but it's a beauty. This, of course, was repressed on the 180. Syl Johnson ended up on the High label, and again, never really had that kind of big hit, but should have. And fortunately, made a hell of a good living with the Wu-Tang, pretty much sampling his entire catalog. So this is from '70, I believe. Is It Because I'm Black? Syl Johnson, classic album. And yes, then I think we're going to round this out here with the last true album This, of course, is the double album. My favorite double album ever could only be Jerry Butler. Double Jerry. We are seeing Double Jerry. But you know what? Double Jerry offering the spice of life from 72. Peak Jerry. Again, not a good year for Jerry. Unfortunately, he passed earlier in the year, but what a legend. Anything between basically 67 and maybe 73, 74, all fantastic stuff until about the Motown label, and then I think the material starts to be a little weaker. But you know what? This is a banging album. Two LPs on the Mercury label. Really fantastic stuff. Jerry, and then this kind of, look at this crazy gatefold here. The spices, again, very literal with the spices. We got the babes in the flame, but yeah. I cannot say enough about this. Maybe I'll link below. I actually even did a long time video where I talked about this album as potentially the best double soul LP of all time. I'm not sure if I still believe that, but it's definitely top three. Definitely top three. And yeah, this remains a classic, produced by kind of, I guess, sort of relatively no-name guys, just sort of associates of him, but like robustly produced, and a lot of great strings. Jerry is just a tour de force on this one. I think practically it's his best album, and it is, again, two amazing records. You can get this usually for about $10. There were a lot of promos. This is like one of the few I have that don't have like some kind of sticker or a chop out of something. So again, it's an absolute winner. From 72, Jerry Butler offering the spice of life. R.I.P. to Jerry. Wow. Still love his LPs all the time. And one that is not really an album. It's more of a compilation. They never actually released an album, but this one is still one of my favorites. Sister's Love. With Love. From really all this materials from about like between 68 and maybe about 75. But you know what? I believe this was redone in the early 2000s, maybe 2010. But you know what? Ooh, it's a good one on the Mo West album. There's the sisters themselves. Obviously, Gimme Your Love is the absolute stonking banger. But yeah, just a little misunderstanding. Learning to Trust My Man. Do What You Gotta Do is just, ooh, heart-rending, friends. An absolute banger. This, of course, was never really an album. Unfortunately, they were a backing group for Motown. And again, not even second tier. They were more like a third tier Motown artist. On the Mo West label, which of course was LA based, and yeah, unfortunately, the promotion dollars were never there if you were not Diana Ross or Marvin Gaye or name a top or Stevie Wonder. You just were not going to get the promo. And these guys, ooh, fantastic! These ladies, yeah, in my opinion, one of my favorite non-albums that they just kind of compiled this stuff. It's kind of more of a compilation than an album because of course they never had one. Despite the beautiful Mo West label. Yeah, we are, of course, just about to finish up. But yeah, I should probably note two albums that, have grabbed my ear recently. Still don't have physical copies of them, but oh my God. They would be in this top 10. We'll start out, of course, with, an absolute banger. Rock Me Baby by, of course, the former husband of Gwen McCrae, George McCrae. Ooh, this album should not be slept on. Everything is absolutely banging. If you are a old school hip hop head, you will notice a lot of fantastic samples on this particular album. But you know what? It's just great. I don't even know what to say. Not only the title track, but I Get Lifted. The whole album, basically, I think it's kind of George at his peak because I do have the follow-up, which has something to do with diamonds or something. Diamond Life or Diamond something. Not Diamond Life. That was Sade. Diamond something. It's not Diamond. It's Cole. It's a terrible album. It's not his fault. It's more the producer who produced it. Ooh, it's just garbagey. But Rock Me Baby. Ooh, fantastic album. That's a winner. And then, of course, this one. Time and Place by Lee Moses. Lee, I actually do have a compilation of some of the singles and stuff. And it's fantastic. Lee should have been huge as well. And certainly this one's a fantastic one. Certainly Time and Place is a great song, but also check that banging cover of California Dreamin'. Woo! Easily the best. kind of blows the mamas and the papas out of the water. Absolutely, just a fantastic one. So yeah, so that is, I guess, really my top 10 and a few more. Top 10 soul and R&B albums, Craig Danger style. I strongly, really recommend all of these. There really isn't. I have probably in the neighborhood of 500 soul albums or more, and really it was actually relatively easy to break it down because these ones just every song on them pretty much amazing. So yeah. So thanks again for sticking around to the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Obviously really helps the video, helps the channel too. So again, appreciate you hanging around to the end, and I will of course see you on the next one.